It's 4 o'clock in Jonesboro, where a woman was reportedly assaulted on New Year's Day after a car full of 5 people rolled up, stopped, and started beating her to the point where she went unconscious and was taken to the emergency room, and the story doesn't end there. The details coming up next on NEA Report. Plus, a mom who's shoved down in a domestic disturbance while holding a baby. Also in White County, several killings reported in the last 24 hours. We'll talk about that coming up. How a mistaken stop early this morning led to a meth arrest. Plus, a man who showed up drunk at jail. Crimestoppers. How you can join JPD, join the force, and a weather forecast that we wish we could give you better news from, but we can't. It's going to be cold, and we'll tell you about it next on NEA Report. Here we go.
Reporting.
We begin tonight with a young lady, an 18-year-old woman who was hospitalized on New Year's Day after a vicious assault that reportedly took place when 5 young women rolled up, got out of the car, and began wailing on her. In fact, one of the women even reportedly bit the victim in the nose. The story happened, it actually took place just before 9 p.m. Monday night when Jonesboro Police Department was dispatched to NEA Baptist Hospital. The ER there was caring for a victim who had said she was jumped by a group of women. The female victim, 18, who resides in Parkin, said she was at her aunt's house, possibly for the holidays, while loading items into her vehicle. That's when another car pulled up behind her. Out of the car came the suspect, who was listed in the police report as Amanda Gray, 21, of Jonesboro, along with 4 others who were not identified in the report. The victim said Gray pushed her down, jumped on top of her, and the first thing listed in the report was that she bit her in the nose. The report goes on to say that's when all the females started kicking and punching the victim to the degree that the victim lost consciousness, she said. When she woke up, she was being loaded into the car to be taken to the hospital. Several witnesses were present, one of which actually tried to break up the fight. And this guy reported his ankle was sprained, maybe broken, after one of the suspects shoved him up against a car. The victim's nose actually had teeth marks on it. According to the officer that took the report, the skin was broken as well, scratches all over her face. The injuries were photographed. The suspects face third-degree battery charges and maybe other charges as well. If you saw the incident or know more, you can contact Crimestoppers anonymously, possibly help bring the suspects and perpetrators to justice at 870-935-STOP. That's 935-7867 to call Crimestoppers of Jonesboro. The Arkansas State Police have become involved in an incident that happened over the weekend in White County. Reportedly 3 people, 2 victims and a suspect, all dead after a shooting that took place there in that community, just rocking the community there. And now Arkansas State Police moving in to assist the White County Sheriff's Department in their investigation. The report came from KTHV that said 3 people died after that shooting, 2 victims, a male and female, shot in the Romance area of White County. A suspect was shot by deputies when authorities said he apparently went after him, or at least walked toward them, with a handgun. This happened in the wooded area there while authorities were looking for the man, and evidently that the man was commanded several times to put the gun down, but he did not. One of those incidences of suicide by cop, it seems like. Authorities had urged residents to stay inside that afternoon as they were searching for the suspect. As mentioned, Arkansas State Police are assisting in that investigation. It's one we will keep following very closely here on NEA Report. There was a report of a domestic incident over the weekend that happened over the New Year's holidays, and the report, well, it involved a child. I'll tell you what it entails, although information identifying everybody was redacted in this because there was a juvenile involved. It happened at 9:25 p.m. Monday night in Jonesboro. Jonesboro officers were dispatched to the address. As we mentioned, it was redacted. We don't know where it happened at other than it was in the Jonesboro city limits, where a woman said that she had invited her ex-husband over to spend the night with their children. It's the holidays, right? She said he arrived at her home and was drunk and began to drink even more after he got to the house, and that's when he became combative. He evidently shoved her down at one point while she was holding a child. She fell down. She said the suspect then took a bottle of antifreeze and threw it at the door. When she called police, he got out of there. The suspect, 23 years old, his name was redacted because evidently he is the father of the child, and they have to redact information that identifies juveniles out of these reports. But police did try to make contact with the man. He could face a battery charge for this incident. Authorities are still looking into it. Well, it was the case of a mistaken traffic stop. An officer thought he read the plates one way, but he read them another way. So he let the guy go. It happened early this morning, and we wouldn't be telling you about it if that's all there was to the story. You know, something else had to have happened, right? Well, it did. The officer realized after stopping the guy and reading his plates correctly that the driver he had already made contact with once was driving on a suspended license. That driver, by the way, was reported to have been Jacob L. Haney, 27, of Jonesboro. After stopping and telling the driver he could go, the vehicle drove off and the officer ran the plates again. That's when he realized Haney had been cited in the vehicle. He found that he had a suspended license, and around that time the vehicle pulled into the Park Place Inn. Haney still reportedly driving. For a second time, the officer then contacted Haney. It was around this time another officer reported that the passenger who was in the vehicle during the first stop and had been especially nervous, and that's a quote from the police report, well, that passenger had fled and was evidently, according to another officer, peeking around the corner. Whenever he saw the officers looking at him, he took off running. He ran away. And by the way, it only had to be about 5 degrees out there, so I'm sure that was fun. The officer deployed a canine unit to detect narcotics, and sure enough, the dog did its job. It appeared to find a positive sign of some sort of drugs or drug paraphernalia by sniffing intently through his nose and then setting to alert the handler of the find. In between the passenger seat, pointing that out, and center console was a meth pipe, according to the police report. Haney insisted the pipe belonged to the passenger who had taken off running, but still yet he was arrested for driving on a suspended license and felony possession of drug paraphernalia and booked into the Craighead County Detention Center shortly before 2 a.m. this morning. A man who was sentenced to begin serving a jail sentence on Friday showed up to the jail, but according to the report, he showed up to the jail drunk. Here's what happened. The man who is named Dalton Allen Ellison, 24, of Jonesboro, showed up to the Craighead County Detention Center on Friday night, according to a report released by the sheriff's office this morning to media outlets. He said he was reporting in, deputies there said he was reporting in for the weekend to serve time. But the controlled pod operator said Ellison appeared, quote, very intoxicated, had urinated on himself, and was asleep in the lobby. Staff brought him in. The nurse checked him out to make sure that he was okay, but he was very combative. His speech was slurred, and he didn't smell too great either, according to the report. In fact, he actually started fighting with some of the people there. Not sure if it was physical fighting. It says he became combative and refused deputies' commands. Well, the inmate, he made staff's job more difficult, but his life got a little bit more difficult out of it. He's now facing a misdemeanor public intoxication charge and was reportedly still in jail as of this morning when we checked the inmate roster. While the inmate was there at the jail, the report said that he told other inmates he decided to get drunk before reporting in for the jail time he was issued by court. Take a look at Crimestoppers and see if you can help identify some perpetrators that JPD is looking for. Plus, a look at your weather forecast. Is it going to be any warmer this week? Well, I've got some news for you, and it's not good. Hang on, we'll tell you next.
Family Medical Clinic of Walnut Ridge and Bono are your neighborhood healthcare providers, and we're now accepting new patients. We know you have a tight schedule, so we're here 6 days a week at both locations from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Walk-ins are welcome. In Walnut Ridge, stop by 1045 West Main Street or call us to make an appointment, 886-8300. In Bono, we're on Highway 63 North or call 930-9990. Walnut Ridge Family Medical Clinic and Bono Family Medical Clinic, here for you when you need us.
If you're a business owner, gaining new customers and retaining them is your top priority and biggest hurdle. Today, 85% of customers search online or look for you on social media. Do you have an effective strategy to reach them? At Ace One, we will customize a digital marketing strategy comprising of social media, web, and video marketing that fits your budget. Our dedicated account managers will work with you to create engaging campaigns covering all digital media outlets. Ace One, your partner in digital marketing. Contact us today.
If you're setting up your advertising budget for 2018, call us and talk to us. We can help you out more than anybody else in Northeast Arkansas, as we'll go to work for you here at NEA Report. Advertise with us. Reach thousands of readers and viewers each and every day. We have thousands of readers on our website reading our text articles, and every single day here on our newscast, we have thousands of viewers as well. We reach more people online and on social media than any other outlet in Northeast Arkansas. Contact Nicole at 870-897-9272 for more, or you can email her at nicole@neareport.com for more information. Advertise your business with news from Northeast Arkansas. That's NEA Report. Few days are set to be a cold next several days here in Northeast Arkansas. We're watching the temperatures fall across NEA, and they're really not looking to let up any over the next several days. It's all in your New Wave Wireless forecast, home of the $49 iPhone screen repair. And let's take a look at it right now, with tonight showing a chance for a few scattered flurries out there. As a matter of fact, you might see a couple of snowflakes as it sets to drop down to 13 degrees tonight for the overnight low, with mostly cloudy skies. The wind chill values will be down to 5, but thankfully the calm winds won't go above 5 miles per hour, and that'll be after midnight too. Mostly sunny for your Wednesday with a high near 33. The wind chill values even colder, 3 degrees, and those winds will be up to 10 miles per hour. That will feel brutal outside. You're definitely going to want to wear a scarf or something if you got to go out and feel the elements. Wednesday night clear with a low around 14 degrees in this New Wave Wireless forecast, and the wind chill values down to 4. On Thursday, sunny with the high near 24, partly cloudy Thursday night, the low down to 11. Then Friday, a little bit warmer, but you can't really say warm when you're saying a 31-degree high with sunny skies. I mean, that's still a degree below freezing. Friday night, mostly clear, low down to 16. Now, Saturday, it does look like a little bit warmer of a day in comparison, at least, to the days before that, with a high near 34, a low near 27. But when we're looking ahead from the 5-day forecast, on Sunday, we're seeing a 50% chance for rainfall. 50-50 shot at that, thankfully. The high goes up to around 47 for Sunday. Otherwise, that would have been devastating. Rain Sunday night, the low down to 38, and an 80% chance of that rainfall. Most definitely going to be marching into next week with a wet set of days coming, maybe even a little bit of rainfall on Monday as well. With these ridiculously cold temperatures has come a heating bill, so to speak. As a matter of fact, chances are you've got your heat running right now as much as it has so far any this year, and it may be more than that. In fact, we're on the phone right now with Kevin Inboden from the Jonesboro City Water and Light. He's the Special Projects Administrator, and we found out from Kevin just a short time ago that Jonesboro evidently is in record-setting territory for power usage, at least during the winter peak. Is that right, Kevin?
That's correct, Stan. At 7 o'clock this morning, our customers were using 263 megawatts of electricity, which is a new all-time winter peak for us. Our previous winter peak was 254 megawatts, which was set in January of 2014. So these extreme cold temperatures, combined with the growth that we continue to see in Jonesboro, have resulted in our setting this new all-time winter peak.
Gosh, that is a lot of that's a lot of power, it seems like, isn't it not?
It is, and we do have a strong system and a redundant system, but when we get into extreme conditions like this, when you have literally hundreds of miles of power line within the city of Jonesboro, you will stress those weak points, if you will, and so when you do have these kinds of loads and these extreme conditions, it is not uncommon to have an issue or two, but overall, our system performed very well. We did have a couple of outages, but our folks responded very quickly and got things restored pretty quickly for most areas.
We appreciate CWL's work. Thank you, sir. Y'all stay warm out there, okay?
We're going to do our best. Thank you, Stan.
That time of the week again where you can help us to catch somebody who is a crook or is believed to be a crook or is an alleged crook. You know how the words go. It's time for Crime Stoppers, and it's time for you to help us find this woman. If you've seen her, if you know who she may be, let's tell you the background on this. It was 10:30 a.m. Sunday, December 10th, when Jonesboro officers met with somebody on Meadowbrook Drive. It was sometime between 9 p.m. the night before and 10:30 a.m. that Sunday morning when someone got into her unlocked truck, the female victim, and stole her wallet. Some other stuff was stolen as well, but for the sake of the story, we're going to talk about the female victim because it wasn't just but a short time later. In fact, even right before the report was taken, when the debit card that was stolen had activity on it and showed up several times at 10:03 a.m., 10:06, 10:08, and 10:15. Then I checked, these were all locations on G Street. Police went and found security footage, video footage. I mean, if you're stealing something in 2017, you're going to get caught on video, one would presume. And that's when they found a footage of a, quote, heavy-set white female, quote, with brown hair and a black coat. That's her on the screen right there. She was reportedly using the stolen card that was also at the same time, and you can kind of see it in the photo there. There's something pink in her hand. That's the wallet. That's the woman's wallet. And she was reportedly using that at the G Street Quick Stop there, and then at a G Street tobacco store as well. She was also seen with a white male wearing a toboggan. The business's employees of all the different businesses that were interviewed said that they were regulars, those two, and that they were together. So Jonesboro Police, they're asking for your help. That's the woman, as we mentioned on the screen. We're going to give you a closer look at her now. If you know who this woman is, call Crime Stoppers, 935-STOP, 935-7867. Tips can earn cash, and calls can remain anonymous. This woman is a suspect in the case, which could include felony breaking or entering and fraudulent use of a credit card charges. But after we initially posted the story on NEA Report, someone posted that this woman had stolen something from them as well. Evidently, Jonesboro Police, by the day, are finding more reasons to talk to this woman. If you know who she is, call Crime Stoppers, 935-STOP. With all these stories from the police department, you're probably thinking to yourself, maybe it's time for someone to step up and help our community out. Well, maybe that's you. Jonesboro Police Department, they're hiring and they could use some new candidates, and maybe you're just the right person to help clean up the city. Bruce Wayne watching this right now in the making. It actually, as of last Friday, JPD changed their policy where they're going to be taking applications for police officer year-round. They had previously done it in different phases across the year, and it would take up to 5 months to process applicants, but the hope is now that that can be improved dramatically. Now, let's say you're interested. You want to find out more information. There's 2 ways to do it. You can go to jonesboro.org, and you can search through jobs and look for employment opportunities and then police officer. That's one way to do it. Or go to neareport.com. We made it a little easier for you. And just look for the story that says JPD to begin hiring year-round. You could probably just type in the search box JPD, and you'll find it because we just posted the story not too long ago. And we included a link directly to the job so that you can apply. If you have any questions about the hiring process, contact Sergeant Cassie Brandon, cbrandon@jonesboro.org, or Corporal Dave McDaniel at dmcdaniel@jonesboro.org. Those email addresses are also in the story at neareport.com. Hey, don't forget the city of Jonesboro is doing a little bit something different this year with their recycling program. In fact, here, right now, beginning yesterday, you're actually able to buy one of the new recycling carts at a significant discount from what it will cost you eventually. You can get 1 cart, limit 1 per residence, for just $20 plus tax and processing. And you can do that by ordering on the screen right there. You see the different ways to get it done. People keep asking, how do we order one? How do I get mine? This is how to do it. Yes, 1 cart per residence is $20. And if you wait until after June 30th, you don't even get that. Additional carts for residences or all carts purchased after June 30th, or carts for businesses as well, are $50 plus tax and processing. Again, you can do that in person, visiting collections on the first floor of the Jonesboro Municipal Center. You can call by phone at 870-932-3042 to place your order. You can do the internets. Visit www.jonesboro.org and select Recycling 2018, or by mail. Really? You can do mail too. That's true. You can send a check and order form to the City of Jonesboro Collections, And that's 300 South Church Street, Jonesboro, Arkansas, 72401. By mail? Really? Do the internet one. Let's take one final look at that forecast before we leave you tonight and let you know that it is going to be a cold one, and there's a chance out there for a possible snowflake or two to show up tonight. Scattered flurries before midnight, mostly cloudy, the low around 13, and wind chill values as low as 5. Partly sunny.